Hello, dear clients. Welcome to another session of Self-Care Sundays. My name is Christine Shaw, and I am one of the massage therapists that work at Three Pillars Clinic. And today, I am going to talk a little bit about a wonderful little versatile tool that has many, many benefits. That tool is called a cranial cradle. This is what one looks like. And when you go to purchase one, I'll tell you how we're going to use it and what it's good for in a minute. I want you to really remember to get one that has a little bit of sproing to it. If it's just plastic, don't get it. The red one, don't get it. This one here, if you get the light green one, you'll get the one that I find most beneficial. So, a little bit about the cranial cradle. This little point here is called the front point. I know, very, very original. These 2 points here are called the finger arches. And those are the 3 points that we're going to be dealing with most. First and foremost, we're going to do what's called the base position. This base position is really, really good to relax the musculature of the neck. It also can be really, really good for anybody with TMJ, a lot of grinding issues, that kind of thing. So for this first position, you're going to take those finger arches and you're going to place them right below your occiput at the top of your neck. So get that situated so it's just barely off the top of your neck there, and the rest of your head should just kind of gently fall over that point. And what you're going to want to do is you're going to leave your head in this position for 2 to 5 minutes. Part of why we want to have that time elapse is that fascia, of which cerebrospinal fluid is a part. That cerebrospinal fluid, many of you have heard me describe it as food for the nervous system. And it gets more liquid and less sticky if you use sustained pressure at a low force for a long time. So that's part of what we're doing, is we're helping that fascia to release. So you can choose, based on the day, whether you want to do 2 or 5 minutes. Let that be up to you. It may be one day you might want 2 minutes, one day you might want 5. Play around with whatever feels best. The most important thing is to listen to your nervous system. The second position that we're going to talk about is something called the stillness position. And this position is going to be really good for people with anxiety, any type of ADHD, any panic disorder. Some insomnia issues can also be addressed with this position. And what we're going to do is we're going to take those finger arches right here, and you're going to put them on the base of your occiput. So that bone in the back of your head, there should be 2 little divots right above where you had it on your neck. I'm going to scoot back just a little bit. And you're going to want to, so 2 options for this move. You can have the finger or the front point pointing toward your feet, or you can have it pointing toward your head with those little finger arches still right in the divots on the occiput. And again, this position is going to be really, really good for easing anxiety, tension, panic, that kind of a thing. And part of what this position does is create what's called a still point. A still point is the point at which the rhythm of that cerebrospinal fluid, which some of you have heard me describe it as very waltz-like. It's very 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. We want to use that rhythm and use the time to help change that cerebrospinal fluid and help that fascia release. So that position is also held for 2 to 5 minutes. Go ahead and just play with a bunch of different times on that move. This final move that I'm going to demonstrate today is called the decompression position. And this is just going to be really, really good to help release a lot of the deep neck tension and any sort of, base of the head tension as well. And the way that this position goes is you're taking those finger pads, and instead of putting them on the occiput, you're going to put them right where your neck meets your head, so that you're going to feel it a little more on your neck. And go ahead and relax into this position. This one too, make sure that that finger or that front point is pointing towards your ankles. And this position here is a nice, relaxing position. It's relaxing me even as I'm talking to you. This is going to be held, this final decompressing position, to hold it for about 30 seconds to a minute. It's going to help all of those fluids kind of normalize. But by all means, if any of these positions feel weird or painful or like they're doing something they shouldn't be doing, by all means stop. And if you have any questions on these positions, where to get a cranial cradle, or perhaps there's a whole bunch of things that can be done with a cranial cradle on many different parts of the body. For now, we'll start with those three, and hopefully now we have a little bit more range of motion in your neck and in your jaw. And I look forward to seeing you on my table. Have a wonderful day.